All right, so let's talk about humbleness. So I asked the ping pong club, the people there, when they're losing, if they get humbled. Do you get humbled when you're losing? And one of the guys there said, do you? He asked me, do you get humbled? I personally, I'm the opposite. I don't get humbled. The more I lose, the more I become arrogant. The more driven I am, because of all the built up fire that I have. So when you lose, you have so much to prove. You have so much things to work hard for, to train for, all that built up perseverance. You need to show it off. You need to prove it, so you got something to prove in the world. That's why me personally, I'm really arrogant when I'm losing, because I believe that if I go up, the more I become humble. I'm the opposite. The more I go up, the more I become humble, because I believe that when you reach the top, there's really nothing much to prove. There's really nothing much to prove. You need to find another mountain to climb. You need to find another outlet to be good at, because you've reached the pinnacle. When you reach the pinnacle, there's nothing there. The most exciting part of life is the climbing up and the falling down process. So that's the journey. That's the most exciting journey. When you are climbing up, you're falling down, you get back up, you start beating people, and that's the most exciting part. Because once we reach the very top, there's really nothing there. If you really think about it, there's really nothing there. That's why I personally think I will be the most humble when I reach the top. There's really nothing. There's nothing. So that's why you stay humble, because you have nothing more to prove. You've proven it all. You have to find another outlet to be good at, another mountain to climb. So that's why I'm very arrogant when I lose, because shit, I got so much things to prove. I need to beat this guy, beat that guy. And, I talk shit, I talk more shit. It's the fire. You have to motivate yourself, self-motivate yourself, be delusional that you are the best. You have to manifest it. You have to be driven, and you can't just walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk. So you got so much things to prove, and therefore you're gonna do all these things to back it up. You know what I mean? So humbleness, though, humbleness. Humbleness. It's good to be humble. All right. We need to be humble, but there are points in life where we need to set that aside. We need to let that fire come out. Sure, you can be quietly humble, but to me, that fire just manifests, it manifests on the physical realm. It manifests outside, and just people feel it. And, it's arrogance. It's the ego that wants to come out and just destroy everything, destroy everybody, beat everything, be the best, It's the ego. It's not bad to have ego. It can be used as a motivational tool. It can be used to drive you to success, But I guess ego in a negative way can be detrimental if you allow it to stop you from learning, Because a lot of times people have this ego of not trying to learn from others, because they may feel like they are inferior to them. They may feel like they're dumb, but that's not how it is. You should use your ego to boost you up. You should use your ego to drive you further in life, to improve you, not hinder you from learning or improving. Okay, so there's a positive and a negative side of ego. But yeah, humbleness. People love humble people because not a lot of people can handle arrogant people, especially when they're not really smart. They think arrogance is like a very, very bad thing. But if you really think about it, why is this guy arrogant? What is the root cause of his arrogance? What is it? What is it? So you kind of have to dive in more deeper to why they are like that, why they are arrogant. Are they really arrogant, or they're hiding this inner humbleness within their hearts? Is it truly them? like I said, you know, like money, for example, once somebody becomes a millionaire, that's when they're gonna show their true colors. You know, the true colors gonna come out. It's gonna reveal who they truly are, because money is an amplifier. This person may be acting a little humble right now, you know, but once you give them a million, that's when they become something else. But there are others out there who are arrogant, and if they become a millionaire the next day, they will become the most humble person, you know, because they're arrogant because they need something to prove. You know, they have so much things to prove, but once they reach the top, it's just like, okay, I got it all. What's next? I need to find something new to be good at, you know. So you have to analyze those kind of people, because sometimes people may just be acting humble, but deep inside they're arrogant, and that's bad. That's bad, you know. That's who they truly are. So you have to be careful about those things, about those people. All right. That's why people tend to fall in love, tend to like people who are humble, because, you know, they're humble. But is it really them? Is that truly who they are? You know, you gotta analyze more, deeper. Like Floyd Mayweather, for example. Floyd, a lot of people think that he's just an arrogant motherfucker, that he just gets a lot of money, gets a lot of girls, hoes, clubs. But the thing is, he helps a lot of people too, you know? And he can be arrogant because, I mean, look at his record. He's 15-0, he's undefeated. But the more he gets older, I notice, the more he becomes humble, the more he stays on the ground. You know, he stays on the ground more. He becomes more just low-key, chill, and not so arrogant anymore, because he's reached the top. You know what I mean? But when he was competing, when he still had the chance to lose, he had that arrogance, you know, the ability to defend his record, you know, that fire. He needed that fire to defend his record. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need a bit of that arrogance, that ego, to drive you to success. You know, you can't be beaten. You have to have this underdog mentality. Okay? You have to make sure that even if you're at the very top, you gotta have this underdog mentality. You know, because sometimes when you stay on top, and it depends on the situation, but I'm more referring to boxing. When you're on the top and you just chill, there's a chance that you're gonna go down. But once you are on the top and nobody can beat you at all, you're gonna get bored and there's nothing there anymore, you know? So you move on to a new life, to a new outlet to be good at. But yeah, I think we all have a bit of arrogance in ourselves, and we just gotta make sure that we're doing it for the better, you know, not for the worse. We have to use our ego in a better way, improving ourselves, not hindering us from learning or growing, because it's a tool. Ego is a tool, okay? Ego is a tool. You gotta make sure you know how to use it, or else you're gonna go down in a path that, you know, detrimental. I was watching a movie last night, a Filipino zombie horror movie. It's about this guy. He has a brother, and he's so jealous of his brother. You know, his brother tries saving him. He gives him a map, but his ego just prevented him from accepting the map and just going to the place where they're gonna be secured and safe. You know, his ego made him burn the map, and he ended up the wrong way. You know, he ended up the wrong way, and he could have been saved, but the ego is the enemy. He didn't let it down, so it let him down. But yeah, humbleness. We're all different. We all have our own way of living and own way of showing humbleness. But don't judge too quickly, because, you know, people may be arrogant, but they may be really good people, you know? They may be the nicest people you will ever meet. Just because they they kind of act arrogant doesn't mean that it makes them a bad person. Just know that there are people out there who act humbly, but deep inside, they are monsters. So you just gotta watch out for those. All right? So one love, peace.